Oh, baby, you know what time it is when you hear that sound, baby. It's podcast time.
I love when you pop
Liquid
that
Death,
cap.
baby. You know how it is.
Tell them about it. The thing I love the most is when you pop that cap, the little debris that sprays into your mouth. Just if you open it close to your mouth, it goes.
Ooh, sprays all in your face.
Yeah,
Feels
only
all
Liquid
good.
Death does it. Shout out to Liquid Death.
All right, yeah, Liquid Death. Because if there's going to be a death,
Make it a liquid one.
make it a liquid one. Okay, let's bring in the intro. The invented intro that will be invented now.
Every time.
While you watch.
Every time in
Start
real
that
time.
music. Okay. So this is what you got for me today?
A little bit different.
Okay. I'm going to change up the voice a little bit.
Ooh.
Like this. Hey, are you ready? Another day, another pod, and I'm so ready to have another conversation with my boy JC. These lyrics bad for your health. I rolled up in a Tesla with that bitch driving itself. Ooh, ring the alarm. Even though we seem offensive, we no need to cause harm. So sit back, relax, just like you did before. I like to welcome all you bitches to episode 4. Karmically conscious, we coming at you. We karmically conscious, now what you gon' do? We karmically conscious, you already know. Let's start the show. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, that's...
Yeah.
That's twice in a row, dude.
That's
like,
twice in a row I spit them flames at the beginning of the show, dude.
And you got me from here all the way to the ceiling.
That's because I'm feeling fucking good. Do you want to know why?
Tell me why, Mike.
Because we just got back from Mexico. We were just down in Mexico. We launched the pod officially. So this will give you an idea of when we record these episodes because we just watched the launch of our podcast, which was fucking awesome, right?
Dude, it like way bigger success than I could have even imagined. Way bigger. I mean, even more so, we were just talking about this than when I like started my business. This has been way more successful, and it wasn't even something that like I actively reached out to people and I'm like, hey, I'm starting my business. Help me do this thing, buy my thing. It was just like, hey, I'm doing this thing.
Yeah.
And like the feedback was unbelievable.
Dude, the feedback is everything you want it to be. Like everything we thought it would be.
All of it.
85% super positive, 15% like, oh my God, you said that? I'm like
only 50%?
probably more. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to keep it above board here.
Sure.
No, but it was wildly successful.
Yeah.
What a launch. I mean, when we talked about it, when we talk numbers, just so you guys know, whenever we discuss numbers, we've never had this idea of like, this is going to be the biggest fucking thing ever. It's literally been like, hey, if we can affect 100 people a week or help 100 people a week bring a smile to their face or laugh, it's successful.
It's
and
all
so
worth it.
we've now launched 2 episodes. We just launched the second one. It's already gotten way more
How many
views than
views,
that.
bro? Like
I don't
thousands?
know. Well,
I mean, isn't it
because
like all together across all platforms?
Across all
Thousands.
together, thousands. I think we're at like 5,000 or something.
Man, dude, crazy.
Bro,
like,
we're crushing it. Just like we talked. We throw up the beacon, right? We be fuck, dude, that robotic thing happens. Sometimes it gets me. It sucks, dude. It sucks to be a robot.
I love it in real time when I watch the fucking robot thing happen.
It just like glitches
Because
out.
I see the before happen. I'm like, oh, here comes a glitch.
You can like see it coming. But yeah, I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about.
Success, the podcast.
It
Just
glitched,
honestly,
glitched totally out.
just how thankful we are. Like in general, like
I know exactly where I was going. Yeah. It's so fucking thankful. It means like so much that people are resonating with the content.
Yeah.
And it also like keeps bringing up this thing that we keep talking about, which is like to get in on the ground floor, like the people right now that are finding the pod,
dude,
connecting
facts.
to the pod, you can already feel in just two podcasts, you can already feel the start of a community or the start of like what I would call a tribe.
like
because
dude,
it's
the tribe, dude. That's god damn. If there's a word in the English dictionary that can literally describe not only like I feel like honestly the type of people that reached back out to me were like tribe kind of people where like they're the kind of people that were like when they go into something they're all the way in.
Yeah,
right,
for
like
sure.
Different for me, different friend groups in different parts of my life. People from all those groups have all reached out to me. Completely different types of people, but they are the type of tribe people, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
Oh my god, dude, this guy, like I know they're in. Like they're fully
Dude, it's
in.
perfect because the way a tribe works is everyone in a tribe has their like specific gift or thing, that value that they're providing to the tribe. And so
Right.
when I think that we're creating like a tribe of people, that's how it feels. Because we're here to have the conversation, keep it going. But this shit doesn't work. There is no tribe without the other people
At all,
that are
dude.
listening,
At
without
all,
these
bro.
people. Right. And also when it comes to spreading the word, like getting the word out, like
They're the ones,
we
like,
can
we don't
only
do any-
post on the social a little bit, but the shares and all that is what's spreading the word. So yeah, let's just fucking round of applause.
Dude,
Round of
huge
applause
shout
for
out.
the
Thank you.
podcast launch. A big fucking thank you. And yeah, we're going fucking all the way up. So I know I said we only care about 100 people, but we already hit that shit. So now it's
Yeah.
1 million
Next
people.
goal.
No,
100
I'm just kidding.
immediately to 1 million.
I'm just kidding. But really, like we're going up. We committed to 100 before we even think about not doing
Privately,
this.
like not on
So,
the pod.
yeah.
Privately, we said, dude, if we don't do 100,
We're fucking
there's a
doing
big
100.
problem.
The average podcast, for those of you that don't know, I think it's 95% of all podcasts launch do not make it to the 7th episode. Let me repeat.
Is that a fact?
All podcasts launch, 95% of them don't make it to the 7th fucking episode.
Dude, is that an actual
I
fact? Are you
swear to
pulling
God
that out of
that's a
your
fact.
ass?
No, I swear to God that's a fact. Look it up. Look it up and comment if I'm wrong, but you won't be commenting. So
But still leave a comment.
But yeah, but seriously, we need that engagement, bitch. So leave a comment, like, subscribe, rate.
All that.
Let's grow this tribe.
Do it
Okay.
now.
Only other goal we said we had a goal of like, what if we could hit 100 people an episode? That's plenty to lighten up.
Check.
Check, done. The only other goal was I can't wait to get our first hate comment from someone
Just a random.
completely random that isn't in our network.
Yeah.
And I can confidently say we smashed that fucking goal out of the park. I think it was 2 hours. I think we launched the podcast and within 2 hours, again, we were in Mexico. So we stayed in a really nice fucking house
God.
on the
So
beach,
lucky.
private staff, just the most gratitude I could
Fantastic.
ever have for a location to launch the podcast,
Dude,
right?
So humbled to be there.
Oh
to
my
be
God.
able to do that, like in that environment, like
It made for a fucking excellent week.
excellent.
And so I get the message. It was a TikTok one.
That's right. It was TikTok.
And
huh?
dude, I just
You
come
showed me.
running out of the room. I'm running up like, JC. I find him in his room. It was actually, we had like launched the pod and went to our rooms to get ready.
Yeah, we're with like 17 people.
And
And
so
so there's
I-
like 8 bedrooms. It's an absolute monster place we're in.
It is. Yeah. It's like 8,000 square
And so you
feet or
come
something like
flying
dumb
out of your
shit.
room with only underwear on, and everyone's like, "What is wrong with this motherfucker?"
JC, I have a message for JC. Hold on. If I was better at this, I'd already found it. So,
And dude, when you came out with the underwear on, I mean, I was in my room changing. So I have a naked baby. My wife was also like half naked. You come in, JC, and we're like, bro, like doors closed, busted open the door.
JC, I have something to tell you. We did it. We can end the podcast now and die happy. So it's right here. We'll pull it up on the screen. But it says it's great because it's like let me just read it. But it is everything you want as a hate comment. It reads like this. First, I liked it because he was cute, and then I promptly unliked it when you joked about autism to build up your masculinity. It's a big oof in case you missed it. Hold on. Response? Oh, glad you think I'm cute. Which is like the first troll I got to do publicly on the internet, which felt so good because as you can only imagine,
Actual troll.
who knows what our account becomes. I'm sure it becomes a troll type
Oh, it's
account.
gonna be an absolute.
But yeah, it's really great. And if you missed the first episode, I did joke about autism to build up my masculinity, but I had no choice. And so I stick by that. There will not be any apologies. I'm sorry for not apologizing. Fuck, I lied. I fucking lied. Okay, there will be one apology.
Hit us with it. What's the
I'm
apology?
sorry that there won't be any apology.
Like, sorry, not sorry.
I don't know what to tell you.
What
man.
better way to build up your masculinity than
Than to
tear someone else down? Stick it to the vulnerable people.
I meant stick up for myself and lay my boundaries in a very masculine way. But yeah, dude, Mexico, success. Another success. We finally got rid of fucking Martin because let's be honest, that needed to happen.
like we did. To be fair, like when we're on the podcast, it's sometimes hard to differentiate. Like when are they joking, when are they not? We did joke about Martin fucking up, but in all reality, He sucked.
Dude, he was terrible.
Like, he fucking sucked.
if you can't make it past 3 episodes, what does that say about
Trash
you?
juice.
So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Joel to the podcast.
There he
Joel, he's
Big
gonna
Joel.
give it a try.
J-Bones.
J-Bones. He's a little more handsome than Martin, I would say.
Slightly. He's not good looking. You're still fucking ugly. But, like, it's not hard to beat where Martin kind of was at, both skill level and just physical
Yeah.
appearance.
So we're hoping Joel sticks around.
Yeah, so
We're hoping Joel sticks around. So we launched the podcast in Mexico. We launched on a Wednesday. For those of you that don't know, we're posting every Wednesday. We're going to do it weekly. You can, call to action. You can find us on Spotify and YouTube and all of the places that podcasts are, but we prefer the YouTube. So yeah,
Tell them about it.
That's what I'm telling them. I'm telling them to fucking subscribe, and they'll do it if they're part of the tribe, baby.
If you want to be in the tribe, you know what to do.
You know what to do. So we went out that night. We went to we went to this island twice. I'm going to tell the podcast launch first.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell the podcast launch first.
Yeah.
So we went to this island twice. This time we went back at night for the launch of our podcast on a Wednesday. So we take a yacht out to this private island. Do you remember what it's called? Las Casitas?
Las Casetas.
I think
that's
it's
not it, but it's close enough.
Okay, I'm going to
where
call
if
it
you
Las
know-
Casitas. Las Calitas.
Las Caletas. Las Caletas.
Whatever, dude. Look it up. It's something like that.
God.
And we went there, and they had a cirque show at night. So they take you on a private yacht. You get to this island. It's like tiki torches, all this. There's
Straight
a
out of a
cirque
movie.
show.
Straight out of a movie.
You
bro.
probably saw it on our Instagram, comically.conscious. You probably saw the clips of JC just fucking blasted out of
Zoned.
his mind on edibles. Like, the dude's just in a trance, and then like doesn't even realize the camera's there. When he does, he's still not on Earth.
To be fair, when you're in that situation, if you're not at the place that I was, you probably had fun, but not like I did.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
like
I
I
was
did.
there. Luckily, I was still there enough to see that and take that video because that shit is hilarious. Like for the podcast launch.
Oh, yeah.
It's perfect.
I look like an
Comically
absolute
conscious. You're like
goofball.
blasted out of your mind. It's the thing.
look
But
like a
there's a
goofball.
dinner show. It's a cirque show. It was fucking good. It was recommended to us that if you're going to do one
Multiple
thing
people.
when you go to Puerto Vallarta, if you're going to do one thing, you
this
go
shit.
see this show.
Yeah.
And now the critic comes out because I live in Las Vegas, right? We were born and raised and we live in Las Vegas. So when it comes to cirque shows or like dinner shows, your boy is spoiled.
Dude, the bar is like, are they on fire doing triple backflips through the air with a tiger in their arms? And if they're
Right.
not, then like,
I was impressed like with the set. The set is obviously way less. That's what they don't have. They don't have the production value of a Vegas show, which is like the stage is fucking moving, filling up with water.
But bro, they're in a fucking jungle, which also explains why if you saw the video of your boy blasted out of his mind, it's a cirque show in an actual jungle, not like a fake jungle with fake trees like you see here in Vegas. Like, it's an actual jungle with a cirque show.
Dude, the location was amazing. The
nuts,
lights were
bro.
like all in the trees. It was amazing. But I have to say, the high majority of the actors or like stunt people were Mexican. They were killing
to be
it.
expected.
You're in fucking Mexico. Oh, here we go. It's another hate comment. Why has he got to be Mexican? I don't fucking know because he was born in Mexico.
So he's Mexican.
So he's Mexican. So there's a lot of Mexicans. They're doing their Mexican cirque thing, which I have a lot of Mexican circus friends, and this is going to sound fucking hilarious to anyone that doesn't know me because I do circusy shit. I like juggle and like do circusy shit. So
Oh,
I
you're
have a
so good
lot
at
of-
everything.
I have a... I mean, that's to be
He's
determined. I'll let everyone decide
really
that
good
for
at everything.
themselves. But so I have a lot of circusy friends from Mexico, but these guys are crushing it. But the scale, I'm gonna be honest, looked a little bit less than what I see in Vegas. However, there was a moment where the stage went dark, the lights beamed on. Poof, there's a fucking circular stage in the middle of the stage all of a sudden, and here we are. Boom! And there's just 4 little Asian women on that stage, dude. And I don't know if like you're like me, but when I see Asian women in cirque,
What do you think?
I know there's a 100% chance that I'm gonna see something fucking phenomenal and dialed. Like it's just always Asian cirque performers. You can always just tell like they grew up doing the same act that they're still doing, and they're like fucking 25 or 30,
Yeah.
and you could tell their parents had them doing it when they were like 5. So
Seasoned veterans.
dialed, and just as we expected, they probably stole the show.
Crushed. The contortion people, obviously. It was a little bit of a blurry dream after like 9:30 p.m. for me. But they were the contortion people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
They're like on top of each other. I was
doing balance it like
was out of
one
control.
hand, and this chick's on her leg, and this chick's I mean,
Out of
there
control.
was not one slip up. It was just so everything was just perfectly strong and everything like that.
They were fire.
It was awesome. The weed that got you too high, I actually bought in Mexico, which is funny. The story to that's funny. I actually hit up a friend of mine that used to live in PV before we went, and I was like, bro, can you give me like some weed or like maybe some mushrooms or something? Like I'm trying to have a good time in Mexico. And he's like, yeah, and he dialed me into a few friends that like obviously I trust way more than like random guy on the street. But as you know, our trip was just packed, like jam packed back to back to back.
Oh, bro.
So I ended up
You don't
not
have to
hitting
admit it.
them up. So here I am in town. And I'm walking, and this guy's like, he's selling like pipes and stuff, which they're like selling everywhere. And he like spots me out, dude. Like, I still don't know.
go-to.
I actually asked Taylor, I'm like,
What is it about you?
what is it about me now? Because I understand what I look like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15. But now I feel like I'm fully undercover. It's like my backwards hat is selling that I'm like a cooler, hipper, older guy. Like, what is doing it?
Is it like tall, skinny white guy, slight facial hair?
Oh, it could
Like
just be
that's
that.
gotta
No,
be like
you're right.
weed guy, right?
That's
'Cause,
got to be like weed skater. Like, I think I'm cool. I used to skateboard back in the day.
yeah,
like that
like
kind of guy.
tell me about what you used to do. Yeah.
I'm
tell me about all
that
the cool
guy.
shit you used
Bro,
to do.
I just 5 minutes ago was like, yeah, I do circus stuff. And I do no, dude, I'm cool. Dude, it's so funny because I am that skater dad now. And I remember me when I was a kid. Like, I see skaters, they're like outside of the grocery store, and I'll be like, hey, man, I used to skate back in the day. Yep. And they just go, yeah, dude, I'm sure you did. There's been multiple times I've
You've
been
done
like,
that in real life.
oh, every time. I do it every time. Dude, there's been sometimes I'm like, hand me that skateboard, hand me that skate. And I sit there and I'll do some tricks to like try to, and they still look at me like, yeah, old man, you used to skate. And so I'm that guy. Apparently I look like that guy to not only little skater kids out of the grocery store, but also like 40-year-old Mexican
Mexico
dudes
dude.
selling pipes. And so he spots me out and he's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, hey, gringo. No, he's like,
Gringo.
He's like, hey, my friend, come here. Like, you want this, you want this. And I look and I just like humor him. And I'm like, yeah, dude, no, it's cool. I'm good. And then he's like, yeah, I got this. And I'm like, no, I told you, man, I'm good. And then he's like, I got weed, man. You need coke? You need Molly? What you need? I was like, holy shit, calm
went,
down. I'm going to sell you this pipe. And I go, and I'm like, it's my first day there. The first morning I woke up there and I'm like, you got weed? Dude's like, yeah, man. Yeah. And I go, oh, I'll check that out. And this guy goes, okay, wait right here. Leaves me with his entire stand and runs down the block.
Hold on, let's just set the scene for people because where are you? Like you're in the middle of the street? You're
Imagine
on the corner? What are we doing?
Imagine like what you think of when you think of like Mexico and people just on the street trying to sell you shit. I'm right by the beach. We're one block.
Okay.
Like if you look
There's-
at one
there's
way, you're
multiple
seeing ocean.
other
Yes.
vendors
stand.
next
Vendors.
to him.
Stand.
Okay,
Dude, they're all selling the same shit. They're selling pipes, beaded necklaces.
Looking for you. They're fucking looking for you.
Purses and hats. Like that's everything, right? And t-shirts maybe. And so they're all over. Oh, and them little beaded art things.
Oh, yeah.
that are in Mexico everywhere. And so the guy runs down the street. He's like, oh, okay, stay here. I'll be right back. I'm sitting with this guy's entire stand. He just runs like a block away, and I watch him run down into an underground parking garage.
Stop.
And now I'm sitting here with my wife and son. And we're just standing there, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, okay, this is weird. Like this guy comes back with the fucking military. No, I don't know.
You have
so
no
he
idea,
runs back.
dude.
He has a bag that's like, think of like your average like brown plastic grocery store bag, but it's all
yeah,
sealed.
yeah.
And I don't know, it's probably about that big, but
Like
it's
you
all
can't see
sealed, and
into
you
it.
can't see into it. And he's like doing this. He's like, here, I got this right here. And I go, dude, I can't see it. And so he rips open the bag and he goes, see? And I look, and it's like better than the dirt weed I remember when I was younger, that I was getting like Mexican weed. And I go, okay, like how much for all of it? And I don't even know how much is in there.
And so how big are we talking? Like one like brick? I mean,
No, it's just like, it's like buds all like separated,
Okay.
like full buds, but like probably about a bag like that. And he's just
Okay.
moving it around. So he rips it, he shows me, I go, yeah. And then I go, how much? It's like the weirdest negotiations I've ever had. And I consider myself someone good at negotiating, especially in Mexico. I like to, sometimes I win and then I'll still just pay what they wanted.
Oh, dude, people like you
So
are
if they say-
fucking the worst.
That's not the right thing to do.
People like you are the fucking worst. You fucking grind these poor people, bro. They're these poor people. I mean, not literally poor. That's not what I'm saying.
They're fucking literally poor.
They're poor.
They're literally poor.
And they're selling you this thing for $7 that you'd pay $25 for here. You grind them down to 3 and you give them 7.
And then I still give them 7.
I just want to demean you first.
Dude, it's
then I'll
about
give
it's
you the
not
money.
about the statue and the demeaning and the dominating.
Oh my
Bro, it's
God.
about the game. Okay?
Tell me, yeah.
Hate the player, but don't hate the game. You know what I'm saying?
What if both are fucking ridiculously
So hold on. Let me fucking get this straight.
All right.
You'd rather me hear $7, grind him for $3.50 and say thanks and give him $3.50?
You're damn right.
Who's the fucking piece of shit?
If you're playing the game, play the game, baby. This is what you're doing. You're basically like, you're trying to be the owner of the basketball team. Play the game, and then be like, you know what? Even though we won, it doesn't matter. You guys can win.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah,
when you
and
put
the
it
other
that
team,
way.
the other team's like, yeah, great.
Okay,
we won.
listen, I'm sold. You're right. But I still won't stop. So I'm gonna keep doing that because it's fucking fun.
I don't doubt that.
So I do it. So yeah, I go. He shows it to me. I go, yeah, that's great. How much for the whole thing? And he goes, $80. And then I'm playing the game. So I go. My response is, whoa, 80? No, dude, way too much. That's way too much. And he goes, how much? I go 50, maybe 50. He says, okay. And he's fucking
Done.
and I would
that's
like,
it?
in this case, I only gave him 50. I want to be clear. I want to be honest. I didn't
this
go back
guy,
to the
not
80.
the weed guy.
Well, I could
That's
tell,
where we draw the lines. Mexican weed.
dude, I can tell that he actually was ripping me off. He took 50 way too fast.
Obviously.
Like I went 50. He said, okay. I said, okay. And so I bought Mexican weed from a Mexican guy and then he's like trying to sell me Coke and all this stuff. I had, dude, someone in our family asked like, did you get any mushrooms? I know you were like talking about getting, I'm like, okay, that's not the fucking guy you buy mushrooms from.
Dude. You might die from what he gives
I go,
you.
dude, no, mushrooms to me are not just like a thing I'm doing. There's like intention behind it. There's a whole thing, right?
They come from
I go,
the earth.
I don't
It's
get
spiritual. It's much more spiritual than
much more spirit. I'm not
dude on
getting
the
mushrooms
street,
from
dude.
the guy that sold me $50 of weed that was trying to sell it for $80.
Ridiculous.
And so yeah, we never did get mushrooms, but we did get edibles and Mexican weed, and they look like they worked great on you.
I can confirm.
You can confirm?
I can double confirm.
So what else happened? Oh, we got dude, check out this fucking thing, dude. This little beauty.
We got this boy was at the end of the trip, but damn, it was a fucking great
And
way
this
to cap
and
it.
this boy here, he'll talk for us. And this boy,
Or girl, again, gender. I always have to remind everyone, despite what we look like and talk like, this is a very gender friendly, gender neutral, gender fluid podcast. So boy, girl, they, it. It just is. It just
whatever
is.
this little guy,
Yeah, he
girl
just
identifies
is,
as.
Man, he just is.
This one I could not.
He just
This is the best part. Is this was going to be my final negotiations. We talked about it all week. We're going to go back to this store
You saw
and
it?
get
Yeah.
this skull, and I'm going to negotiate. And it was literally on our way to the airport. We drove all the way back to a fucking place we had been twice. That was
Yeah.
30 minutes away from where we were staying to do this negotiation.
Getting hyped up the whole way. Like, dude, we're going to fucking grind this guy. Like, we're going to get him.
Dude, I lost so hard. I overpaid for it.
How much you end up paying?
Like $75.
Ouch.
I know. That's where
I
he
mean, look at it.
Bro, that's where he started. It was so bad. At the end, the guy tries to give me a discount, and he
feels bad for you because he's like,
he's going,
fucked
oh, we'll give you a
up."
discount, whatever. And I watch him just type 20 pesos per dollar, and I go, no, man, no. It's 18. It's like 18, 17.9 or 18.9. Don't do that to me. Well, for those of you that know math, this is nothing. It's like at 5. I'm arguing over 5 cents. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But then he explained to me, okay, fine. And then he does it. And then he's explaining to me he was using it for the discount. So I would have gotten more off if I would have allowed him to do it. At that point, I'm like, you know what, bro? It was 75. So it was 1,500 pesos. I go, you know what, bro? 1,500 pesos. Here's my card. And I just walked out of there fucking defeated. But we did get this little bad guy for the studio.
Before you say that, remember, double whammy, because if a Mexican vendor is offering you a discount, you're a fucking loser.
I know.
You
I
lost. And not only that, he tried to fucking give you the discount, and you went full gringado and just went, "No, man, you're fucking 18, man."
Dude,
and he
that
was
was-
like, "This puta gringado," and he's like, "Dude, doesn't even fucking give you the fucking discount." He's like, "This guy's a fucking moron,
Bro,
dude."
well, I wasn't. In all fairness, I wasn't
Oh my
negotiating for
God.
just this. I tried to I tried to throw this in last minute, even though this is what I wanted. Like I had this tactic, and it just fell apart because he couldn't. He didn't go low as I thought he would for the two things. And then when I
called
tried
your
it,
bluff.
he did great. Oh, and we also walked in there and then left and came back an hour later. I said, "I'll get him." I stood outside. Bro, I stood outside so he would see me with other bags in my hand getting ready to leave. And I was going like, "Babe, are you ready to leave?" An hour later outside his store, waiting for him to go, amigo, yeah, come here. We'll do this.
Nothing.
Waited. I walked in, didn't let him give me a discount, bought it for free. But this is our first, I mean, the other stuff is slightly intentional, but some of this shit was just shit we had laying around. We figured like we decorate the podcast with intentional shit as it goes. So this is our first, this is our first little intentional decor for the podcast. I don't know where it should sit. Where do you think it should sit?
I think just kind of like,
I'm just gonna put him right here for now. He's just gonna kick it right here.
and then maybe next time on episode 5, he'll be in a different spot, and people will know that's where he's meant to be.
Oh, that's great. Or if you know where it's meant to be, leave a comment below and we'll just put it where you are. So what else happened in Mexico, dude?
Dude,
What else?
do you remember the banana boat? Do you remember
Holy
or do you not
shit,
remember?
I remember.
Dude.
That's a longer story. We got to preface that story. That's the same island we were talking about.
Oh, well, the first time we went, though, in the morning. Las
Yep.
caletas, cabrón.
Sí, señor. Dude, can we just say, though, our Spanish, we were fucking, dude.
Here to hear.
People were loving us
People were loving
in Mexico.
We thought people were loving us. From our perspective, everyone was loving
Were they
us.
not? You just feel. I want
Yeah.
you to own it. I feel like you just feel a little like you're gonna feel arrogant claiming it, and you don't want people to think you're like.
Nah,
an
Mexicans
arrogant,
fucking love me,
condescending
bro.
asshole. They do. You
Period.
actually brought more Spanish. Like, thank God you were there because 10 years ago, my Spanish was the level that your Spanish currently is.
Sure.
I got
Which
to
is-
Mexico and like, I realized
Nothing.
it's been 10 years since I used Spanish for some reason, and I forgot half of it, like
No
half of
tiene
the
nada.
basic stuff.
I would say I speak maybe like a 3 or 4 year old, like in all seriousness. Maybe
Well, you
like-
know enough to you're
like,
gonna
like-
figure out what the thing is for sure.
Exactly.
That's what I used
Whatever
to
I need
say
to get
I
done,
was.
I can get it done. Eventually.
I could still get it done, but it's a lot of like charades. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of like moving, like the thing.
show me a por esto. Yeah. Dude,
But yeah, so we went to the island, same thing. Got on a yacht in the morning. This we went with our whole family, which was so much fun.
ton of fun, dude.
Ton of fun.
We get to the island and like they have a million things you can do. And dude, can we say like Mexico it's so Mexico.
It's
Like,
what you think it's supposed to be.
Like in
it's
the
on
best,
brand.
in the best way. It's fucking on brand. That's
On
all we need to say. So
brand.
Mexico is on brand. It's cheap. You can do amazing shit for cheap, and the people there are willing to fucking bend the rules because they know it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Like they're not so strict.
feel like
they're
you're
not so robotic, dude. The fucking from the any staff anywhere you go. Even the people who live there, they're not so robotic and set in their ways. Like, dude, like we can bend this, we can change this a little bit. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I know the sign says this, but like, we'll just fucking do this.
I feel
it
like
doesn't
when I'm
matter,
there
you know?
that they're it feels like they're actually allowing me to be a fucking adult. That's what it feels like. Like instead of having
way to
87
put it.
restrictions where the employee's like, you have to stand here and the line starts here and the thing and like none of that. They're looking at you like, yeah, you shouldn't do that, but fuck if you do that or whatever. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I do this? They're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like they don't care.
If you
They're
hurt
like,
yourself,
you're an
like if you
adult.
fall down the thing and break your leg,
You're
like,
gonna go, oh damn it, I broke my leg. It's not
Yeah.
like we need to sue this place and we need to. It's just so different. So yeah, we get there. We don't even know really where we're going. So we get on this thing. We hear there's activities to do. We're on this yacht. We're going over there. Really cool boat ride. And we pull up at this island. The fucking island has like a full staff.
It's like
They're all standing outside. We're pulling up. The yacht,
movie is that? It's
the host on the yacht, the MC, because there's an MC on the yacht.
Yeah, he was the man.
And, oh my God, Chai, bro.
Chai.
His name was Chai on the way out. Chai was
¿Qué
the
pasó,
fucking
Chai?
man, dude. God, we got to go back and hang out
King
with
Chai,
Chai.
yeah.
We're gonna call him King Chai. But King Chai, that sounds a little more Asian than
that's
Mexican.
way more Chinese.
But he's King Chai. And so he was saying, he's like, as we're finally get to the island, we're driving by, staff is standing outside. There's no one on this private island. And he's going like, if you look over there, that's the adults only section, and they're waving, dude. The staff, they're all white, and they're waving. They're just like,
You're
hi,
like-
and we're waving, like, what is going on? And then we go from that spot to, and if you want to zip line, and if you want to do the blob, and if you want to snorkel,
For like
and people are
$100.
waving,
Open
and,
bar the whole way. The whole place an open bar. Open bar there. Open
it's
bar
literally,
back.
I
Open
think,
bar while you're there.
150 a person is what it ended up being after fees and everything. And they're waving and all this. We get on this island. It's like Tulum. You know what I mean? That's what it reminds me of. It's got like a
Very
Tulum
Tulum.
vibe where there's like grass huts and there's tiki torches and dude, you're walking up and they're like pouring you drinks and oh, you want coffee and here's a taco, have more here, blah blah blah. And it was so awesome. So to get to the banana boat, we cannot skip over the zip line.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, the zip line, it was the first place we went before we
Yeah,
got to the banana
obviously,
boat. So, like,
obviously,
chronologically-
my son got to drive us what we did Adventure Time, right? He's a 9-year-old, so it's like,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? He's like, zip line, and
we're
it's a
like,
zip
cool.
line into the water, out of the jungle, into the water. But it's a Mexican zip line.
Dude, I was gonna say it's on brand Mexico. So like
On brand
You get in
Mexico.
that bitch, you're like, will I fall? Will I not? It doesn't
Bro, they
matter.
just
'cause
strap
I'm in
you.
fucking Mexico.
It's literally just like a piece of leather, like a square piece of leather. And they just like kind of tie you into it. You just put your legs through it,
Like a
and they just
baby.
put a square piece
like
of leather
Happy
and they
Baby.
hang you. So
Happy
then it
Baby.
goes down, and then there's a gentleman, a nice Mexican gentleman, that's sitting
Great
in
guy.
a kayak at the bottom of the zip line because the zip line goes from the jungle, and then the literal zip line itself just goes into the water. Like you don't really even know where the line stops. So this fine Mexican gentleman's job is to manually hold a rope. And so when you hit
It's a
it,
handbrake. It's an actual fucking handbrake, bro. You see these giant ass people going down, and the guy just times it.
he
kinda
times
just
it,
pulls the thing, and you're like,
and he's like holding it, and so as
it?
as the hook that's holding you comes down and hits it, he just kind of pulls. And what happens? What he does for like my son and my niece and people like that is he literally holds this thing and he pulls it, and they slow down, and then their little twinkly little toes just barely dip in the water, right? And if you're a little bit bigger, maybe like, so I'm a little bit bigger. He could tell, he kind of holds the brake, and maybe I almost stop and my legs just kind of go.
You're on like, a
nice.
cloud, bro. You're on kind of like on a cloud in the water. You're like, oh, that's a nice little ending
Dude,
to my zip
soft
line.
landing. And so we've watched at the time you went, three people with us went before me. I was number 4. So JC's number 5. And so by this time, like being number 5, he has watched 4 people just gracefully be set down on the water. But what this motherfucker doesn't know is that I get down there, and the first thing I do, obviously, knowing he's coming after me out of the jungle, is I look at this dude and I go, hey man, any way you can not use the brakes on this one? The dude turns around and he's like, are you serious? And I go, yeah, is that a problem? I go, look, dude, it's my brother. He's up there. And I go, he's up there. And listen, he thinks he's a fucking athlete. I go, thinks he's like this big guy and he's like Mr. Athletic. And he goes, you know what he said to me? I didn't even tell you this story, but he goes, you think he could take a hit? I go, bro, he thinks he could take a hit for sure. And then he goes, he
fucking
looks at me and he's like sitting there with the line and he looks at me and he goes, uh-oh, amigo, my arm just broke.
He said that to you?
That's what he says to me. He goes, my arm just broke. I start laughing. I go to swim away because we're in the middle of the water. I go to swim away. He goes, hey. I go, what? He goes, you're going to want to see this. And so I stop and we'll show the video. We'll play it as we're talking about it.
You got to show that shit. But dude, well, I'll say this, like, I was actually excited to go on it. Like, I've done ziplining before. So like when your son said, like, let's go ziplining, I'm like, oh, cool. We'll do it for him. Like, I'm not like myself excited to go on it. It's cool. It's a zip line, whatever. But it wasn't what I wanted to do. So we walked up. But then when we saw people going, I'm like, this is fucking dope. Like, zip line to the ocean. So I was stoked. I got on and I'm like, dude, this is fucking exciting. Little did I know that I would hit the water at roughly 185 miles an hour.
Dude.
I legitimately, like, I'm not just saying this. Dude, I had a bruise on my full left ass cheek for the whole fucking time we were in Mexico. It was fucking black and blue.
Dude, correct me.
Worse.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It didn't look like you were braced for impact.
I didn't.
You looked very loose. We got another angle. We'll show the second angle too. Show the second angle.
Dude, I was loosey goosey. I didn't expect to get fucking pounded, dude.
Bro, the way you hit the water, it sprayed so much. It like sprayed on me, sprayed on the guy. And then did he said something to you?
Yeah,
right?
that's what he's like. I'm like, dude, I laughed because you guys were fucking laughing. I'm like, oh, like I know what happened.
Did you know at that point?
Yeah,
You knew instant. When you hit, were you like, motherfucker?
No, but I didn't. I'm like, oh shit, that seemed hard. Like I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't read.
You're like whiplash?
Yeah, and then I'm like, I saw you guys laughing, and he goes, amigo, I sorry, I broke my arm. Ha ha. And they look at you, and you're like, ah. And I'm like, dude, ha ha. Like I can't even fucking.
Dude, it was so awesome.
It was a tough L for me.
And so we take
Tough
that, and you could see in the video there's like a little blob behind it. We swam out to that little boat. You hit
that
the blob.
blob.
It was
Fantastic.
very anticlimactic.
Are you fucking dumb?
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
I wish I had a video.
I
of this.
fuck yeah, I do too. So then we can prove you wrong, dude.
Oh my God.
This guy, dude, you think you know, you're good at everything and you know everything. But here's the facts. I'm the only one that went in the blob, so I'm the only one who experienced it. I was probably, in all seriousness, I was at least 20, 25 feet in the air. Dude, this guy, this guy hit me. I flew straight up like an astronaut, dude. I was out of a rocket-propelled grenade gun.
I will say that
after
after you did it, you definitely thought you were 25 feet in the air because the way you came out, you were like, "Oh, so awesome! Did you get the video?" And all I could think is like, "God, I fucking wish I got the video," because you were so jacked. Your feet were like 6 feet from the fucking ocean.
I mean, I know they weren't 25 feet. That's an exaggeration. But I obviously know you're bullshitting too because it was way more than 6
Dude, if
feet.
we can find, I will
I'm an
ask the
athlete.
family if
Get
we
that
can
video,
fucking
bro.
find the video. We're playing the video, and everyone will know what a fucking liar you are, an exaggerator. That's
They'll
no
know
way
for
to
sure.
treat your audience. This is your new tribe, and now you're lying.
The tribe
to them.
will
How do
know
they
that
feel?
I am the lead athlete. If there's a lead athlete, it's your boy in the fucking Knights hat.
Okay, so anyways, and so then we after we did that we had that very anticlimactic experience. We then swam to someone goes like oh, you know what do they know what a banana boat thing is? It's basically
I didn't know what it was. You knew
had
what
never
it was.
seen one.
No, hell no, bro. You were stoked about it, and I'm like, I don't know what this fucking thing
So
is.
while we're
dude.
in Mexico the first few days, there you could see boats out in the ocean and they're just towing what looks like a giant banana, and you basically just straddle it. You just get on one leg, banana's going through, you have little handles, and there's maybe 6
Gotcha.
seats. And so my son had already been for 3 days. We're gonna do that. Let's do that.
I didn't know that. I literally didn't know that.
I just kept telling him, because the way I am, the person I am, I don't like making plans. I'm a very go with the flow of the universe kind of guy. So what I do is I throw things out, and then if they come back, they come back. And if they don't, they don't. That's what I try to teach my kids and everything. So he's like, I want to ride that. And I go, okay, it's out there. If it's meant to happen, we'll do it. So we're seeing these guys for a few days coming through. They're never like by the shore, because you could probably just give them $10. They take you out. We're seeing them by the house. They're never by the shore. But now we get there and guy goes, hey, you swim over to that pad, you can get a banana boat. Okay. And so obviously Maverick's like, banana boat, we're doing it. And so we swim way too far because it's fucking Mexico. They're making you swim to everything. And like,
bro,
we probably swim 1.5 miles just in that little circle.
Hey, by the way, you don't know this, but one of the kids we were with, dude, she was like 7. And dude, your boy was dragging her. Because, dude, it's probably like say 300-foot swim. It's a 300-foot swim from the blob to where we were. Dude, so I was a human tugboat, fucking grabbed her, kicking. By the time we got to this fucking banana boat launch pad, dude, I was dead. Dead.
We all pull up on it like it's an island, and we all go, ugh.
It's just a giant floaty in the water. It's
just
a
a
giant
random-
floaty in the middle of the fucking ocean. They have anchored. It's way offshore.
And so we just kind of flop onto that thing, and we're like stoked because we're finally gonna have this. And he dude had just told us, dude at the blob was like, a banana boat will pick you up, and we're like, okay. So we're just standing out on this thing, like,
strange.
What's going on?
Felt strange.
So some other people now get dropped off on it on a boat. They all pull up on a boat, they jump out of a boat, and they climb up on a thing. So now our family starts going, what the fuck? Because we just swam way too far.
Survival. It's survival.
And we're like going, oh, they're not taking these seats for us. These guys are going to the biggity back, is
Dude.
how I'm feeling.
And
I'm looking at my son, too. I'm like
bro.
a dude that shows up for my family, as you all know. And so I I literally am looking at him, and this kid has been wanting this banana boat experience for days, and he wants the front. We're happen to be here. Daddy's gonna make it happen.
You're like, the other family was white, to be fair, and we're like, this white family is going in the fucking back.
Yeah, dude. A little reverse racism,
a little fucking reverse racism.
For that ass.
Put their ass in the fucking back.
So banana boat pulls up. We never talked about this. We're all sitting on the thing. Banana boat guy pulls up. This is Mexico again. I don't think this guy has ever actually used the banana boat that he now is on. He grabs the banana boat. He goes to pull it onto the little island thing. He trips. He falls. Him and the banana boat land on a lady and her kid that are sitting there.
The kid's like 9, dude. It's like a 9-year-old kid, and it's like bowling pins, dude. He goes bum bum bum, and at that point, we're all like, "Hey, like, are we really gonna?" Hit this
literally
banana boat?
Our whole family just looks at each other and goes, "Oh my god!" Because the whole time we just going, "Hey, it's Mexico, it's Mexico."
But that was
my kid has never seen anything like Mexico, so he's just going, "This is fucking wild." Because the dude trips and lands on him, and the boat lands on him, and they're all and then he gets up. He like doesn't even say sorry.
He doesn't acknowledge it. Like, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I feel bad for them, but not as bad as they're gonna get the front of this bitch. You know what I'm saying? The dude on the thing is like, dude, why are you pulling that onto the island, crushing all the people? And so he puts the thing back in the water, and now he's like, all right, get on, load on from the back. That family looks at us like, oh, you guys can go first. And I'm like, no, not today, bitches. So I just go, no, go ahead. And I just give them the look like, dude, we ain't getting on first. You know, we've been out here.
Like, dude, we got 6 and you got 4.
And so they get on the back, we get on the front. As my son's getting on, I'm going like, hey, can he sit up front? Yeah, for sure. On that side, get up front. So my little dude's up front, dude. He's ready to go on his first banana boat ride. I'm feeling good. Taylor's on the other front. I'm behind her.
I was right behind.
Dude, it ends up being a banana bus. I forgot
bro,
that.
Bro, there was like 12 slots, bro.
So there's 2 bananas that connect in the front. Bro. So now we're all sitting like this. So me and you are sitting just like we are here. You're sitting there, I'm sitting here. We're on the banana.
Double bananas,
like this.
Dude.
Show me what it looked like. Show them for the people at home.
I was on
in the wide shot.
You had a banana right.
And I have a banana right through your boy.
Boom. We're here.
Bam. We're here. We're locked in. We're looking. My son's in front of him. My girl's in front of me, and we're looking, and it's great. And so this bitch takes off, and again, we realize very fastly, oh yeah, we're in fucking Mexico, because this guy just takes off, goes 0 to nothing. He's going 30, 35 miles an hour.
Flying.
Into the fucking ocean. Last time I was on
the ocean. Towards the ocean.
Last time I was on a banana boat, it was in a lake. Now we're in waves and swell. And so immediately what happens?
What the fuck is he doing?
And as we fucking the salt water, which in Mexico, that shit hits different.
It's way different.
My eyes, it's saltier or something. I'm just stick to that shit. It's saltier. It's a fact. It's a fact that it's saltier.
It took like a rough total of 7 seconds for me, your son, the younger girl in front of him, and everyone from that point to be like,
oh, she was behind him. He was in the front.
Oh, sure.
She was right behind, and then you. Right.
Because she at one point lost her grip, and so I'm here. I'm like holding her.
She's literally the one you had to swim to the island, right? Our niece that you swam to the island, and now we got these 2 kids. She's 7, he's 9. We're going 35 in the ocean, being blasted with water. They're in front of us, so they're getting the hard. I mean, within 5 seconds,
they're both. Dude,
everyone's like.
Dude, the 2 kids were both like riding, when you see a dude riding a fast ass horse.
They're like little jockeys. Bro, my son's jujitsu.
Oh, yeah.
I never saw the muscle memory. The second that thing took off, his legs
get those hooks
so hard. His grip got so tight, and he just hugged in, dude. And he put his head sideways. He had his neck tucked, like someone was going for the choke. Anyway, so now we got saltwater blasting. Remember, we fought for the front. The back, the first 3 or 4 of us in the front are protecting the people in the back because we're just getting blasted in the eyes. So I don't know how to describe it. Saltwater was literally, imagine it just getting rammed into your eyeball. So it starts and we're all, and we're looking at, I'm looking at JC, and me and him are doing this. We're going, oh fuck, and we're looking at the kids and we're going, oh fuck, we fucked up. This is Mexico. Like we should have said something to them. I don't know what's going on. My son's just in full duck mode. They're falling off. It's
chaos. It's
fucking
pure,
insane.
It's pure chaos
For 2 times too long.
Yeah.
If you were in America, this shit went for 3 full minutes, which is a long time to be.
I'm gonna say 5, probably 5 full minutes.
Okay, let's say 5 full minutes.
2. Should have gone for 2.
Dude, I would say in America that would have went for 20 seconds.
Sure.
And either the dude watching the banana boat, or the dude in the actual boat driving it
says like
goes slow down these kids, because they're going and we're all screaming and we're looking at each other. So they goes 5 minutes. By this time, the kids are in survival mode. Me and JC are fucking laughing our balls off.
Dude,
like
we're like, Mexico!
We're just going, fucking Mexico! It's Mexico! And so we're laughing our balls off. The thing comes to a stop.
Great.
And the difference in like how the energy was, oh my God, it's Mexico. And then it stops and it just goes like, and now everyone just kind of sits up. Like you're just like back in reality for the first time. Everyone's like sitting up like, whoa.
The 2 kids are wiping their eyes.
Kids are going, my son's looking around like,
for the first time in 5 minutes.
Fuck just happened. And sure enough, we just look at and we all start laughing. And it's just the most beautiful moment where we all start laughing and we all have the same awareness in the exact same moment, because our family is very aware. We talk a lot about like,
we're very
despite
open about
this podcast, which is 85 comically and 15 conscious, like in our lives, it's like way more conscious than comedy, obviously.
Which is why we're doing this.
But, and so we all start laughing. Everyone knows what we're thinking. We're all looking at each other. We just have this crazy, profound moment. And then I don't remember who, but someone literally is like, oh my God, we deserve that. Like for getting the front.
I think it was Taylor.
Taylor's like, oh my God. And we wanted the front. And then we all start laughing and we're like, bro, we just got like universally baptized.
That karmic bath.
Yeah, we just got the craziest karmic bath from the universe. And then, we take it a step farther and I'm like, karmic facial from the universe. Ding dong. But like literally we're sitting there and we're having this moment of like, oh my God, what a karmic bath. That's so funny. The universe would totally do that to us. I'm looking at my son. I'm like, see, that's why you don't try to force the front. We had no idea. We thought it was the best. We had expectations. I'm giving all these life lessons. We're laughing. And then all of a sudden, one of the guys on the boat goes, look, a whale.
Dude.
Holy shit.
Ma-fucking jestic.
Dude, we sit there, we get the lesson from the universe, we take it in, we surrender to the cosmic hilarity that is this moment, that our eyes are on fire. We just got our ass whooped on this
because
boat.
Of something that we chose.
The second we told the universe, I see you, sure enough, as always, it goes like, oh, here, I see you too. And there's a fucking whale, I don't know, 30 feet
with
from
a baby.
With
a fucking baby.
What? Well, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, there's a fucking baby. We look over, a whale's just breaching, and we're like, oh my God. We all start laughing. I mean, we're almost like tearing, right?
Dude.
It'd be the same if like the Mexican driver of our boat saw like Mother Mary and a piece of fucking toast or something. That's like,
that's how I felt. I felt the same.
Yeah, it's me, madre. Like, whatever. Like, I'm literally just look over and I'm just like, oh my God.
Dude, it was.
And now we're out there and he's towing us at 2 miles an hour
in the middle of
the fucking ocean next to a whale. And sure enough, it's baby.
And you see the fucking little baby in its little blowhole.
I can't.
Dude.
That's like one of those life moments where like we talked about it after. If you're the kind of person who chooses to believe in the kind of things that we choose to believe in, even if you were wrong, your life and your perspective just becomes full of magic. It just becomes more magical, literally.
Because of your belief system.
Because you decided to go, hey, I fucking deserve that. And so then this happens and it gets to be this profound moment and you get to live in this magic. And then that magic transfers into just pure elation and gratitude so much easier.
And also, you think of the because people are like, oh yeah, gratitude, easy for you to say. Because then you think of, well, what's the alternative? Like, because everything's about alternatives, right? So the alternative to that or it's just, oh, the banana boat, there's water, then we saw this cool whale, then we went back to shore.
We talked about it. The people that were with us didn't have
Like
the same
nothing,
profound experience. When obviously, if you're our fucking people listening to this podcast, you understand that that is one of the craziest fucking life experiences you've
Sitting in the
ever
middle of
had.
the ocean, you see a whale on a fucking bay.
Internationally, middle of the ocean, floating on a raft, universally baptized and showered, laugh, fucking majestic whales 30 feet from you with a baby. Oh, mind you, we hadn't fully seen whales, and all we had talked about up until this moment with our whole family was like, man, I hope we see some whales on this trip. That's what everyone was talking about.
Dude,
and so now
like-
we're out on this banana boat and seeing whales in the best way to see them. We're not even in a boat. We're floating next to them.
Weren't looking for them. Like, yeah, it's so important.
Can you keep that shit to yourself?
You know what?
Nobody, like, it's a podcast, bro. You can't cough. If you cough, they hear it and they leave.
I want our whole studio to have COVID. Everyone.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, so that was a fucking experience, right?
Dude, the whole thing was
The whole Mexico trip was an experience. That was like one of my favorite trips I've ever had ever.
I would actually, that's funny. We actually never talked about that, or you never said that.
Oh, really?
No, yeah, we never talked
Not to
about
you.
that. But I would put that, I would definitely put it top 3, like top 5. It's so fucking high up there. And what I kept thinking, kept thinking the whole time we were on the trip was like, people have actually told me this, like when I've gone on trips before, they're like, dude, like you just look like you have so much fun.
Yeah.
Like you have so much fun. And I'm like, I do. Like I feel myself when I'm on the trip, it's not something I go into it thinking like, I'm the fun guy. I'm the life of the party. Like I just go in and like you, I have no expectations. I never have any plans. And I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking make this what it is. And I always have the most fun. Like I would argue, not knowing what other people felt about the trip, I fucking had the most fun. Like looking back, I had fucking so much fun.
Yeah, you feel like
every
you
day.
won.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we used to
All
say
day,
when I
every
was
day.
like in like the juggling community. We would go to these like big festivals, these fire spinning festivals and stuff like that. And like that was the joke afterwards. It would be like, dude, like your group of friends would be like, dude, we fucking won this weekend. Like, and you go there to just have the most fun. But it's obviously like from a conscious perspective, like the more you surrender to what is, the more it opens up and frees the space for something to become.
Exactly.
That's how I feel. So like I always have the most fun, but I'm always the one that is the least tied to any expectation. And so if
Anything.
you have no expectation, everything that happens is a fucking
It's a
surprise.
plus and a
and
magic,
so it's a
yeah.
plus.
Like you said, like I didn't know anything about all the islands, all the things we did, dude, that were planned by someone else. Someone else did it. And every day I was like, dude, what are we doing today? Oh, we're not doing anything. Perfect. We'll have the most fun day hanging out at the house, just dicking around by the pool.
Yeah, for sure.
Today we're going to be gone the whole day on a fucking 10-mile hike with a fucking other thing. And like, perfect. It's going to be the best fucking hike ever.
Dude, not to spend any more time on this, but remember when we got off the yacht that day after the private thing and me and you were walking, we were walking back to the car and there was like a cat, like a Mexican gato. So there's
Dude, this
this
thing was
fucking
a
cat.
gang
That's,
leader,
I mean,
bro.
it's far. Let's say it's across the street.
It's probably like fifth of a mile. Call it fifth of a mile.
I know I'm trying to give like feet. Let's say it's 100 feet away. That's
Yeah,
probably
well, a
fair.
mile is-
And I'm looking at it, and I think it's a dog at first because it's a weird shape and it's way across this fucking main highway. Think of like a probably 6-lane road, and we're like walking into this parking garage, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And it's running, and someone's like, "Is that a cat?" Like, I don't know. And so we all pause and it's just running at us. It runs across the street. As it's getting closer, I'm like, that's not a fucking cat, dude. I don't know what this is.
This thing's going quick.
Fast.
Quick.
It's running right at us. We're American. That means kitty wants a pet, right? That means
no.
come here, kitty, kitty.
This kitty was
Dude,
a
the
fucking
women,
jefe.
the women are literally just like, oh, everyone's
They're doing this one,
bowing
they're doing this
down.
one.
Dude, this cat comes up. That's the most wild animal encounter I've ever had with like a wild animal. Because that
Dude.
thing was a fucking wild cat.
This thing was a jefe.
It rolls up
It was
and
a
it just
boss,
before
dude.
it gets to it runs at us. It doesn't run away. It runs right at us. Gets within 6 feet and just
All black fucking cat. On its
fucking dude, half a
jumping
tail,
around, dude, jumping
half
around.
a tail. Bro, that's half a tail. Even its tail is all fucked up. And it starts jumping around us. Dude,
your
we're
fucking
all
son.
up against the wall.
We go as adults. We go like your son's here. We form around your son. We're like, dude, you're not like you can take us, but not the fucking kid.
Dude, it's like, get the kid, go back, and then it runs away. I'm still not sure it's a cat. Everyone is telling me it was a cat. I'm like,
No.
that could have been some weird fucking Mexican animal that I don't know. I'm not sure if it was a cat. I've never seen a cat act that way.
We don't know anything about the jungles of Mexico and the things they don't contain.
Right. I'm no expert. You know, I talk about being good at a lot of things. One thing I'm not good at is geography. History or geography, I gave no fucks in school. Really? I always was in this mentality, which I think serves my life currently. My mentality for history was always like, bro, I don't need to know that shit. I'm just going forward. We're just moving forward. And then obviously everyone's like, yeah, but then you don't repeat the same stuff from history. And I go,
it's also true. That's valid.
Yeah, but all y'all motherfuckers can know the past and not repeat the future. Not all of us, not every single human needs to know the past and not fucking do the future.
Oh, for sure.
I'll look at you. You'll tell me, hey, dude, last time that happened, you know, the fucking Romans took over. And I'll be like, oh, maybe we shouldn't.
To be fair, it's so funny because I just come from like fucking 180 fucking background. And I'm like, everything
history and government is very important.
Everything I'm saying, you're like, yeah, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like history, fucking idiot. My dad was a geography teacher and a history teacher. So like when we used to go on we did like family road trips, 4 people in a minivan, 8 weeks, pack your fucking clothes, pack a fucking cooler full of snacks. We're gonna learn some history and geography, baby. Bro, we had TVs in the back of our seats, and so we threw in some fucking DVDs and those things, and we bounced. We drove from Vegas to fucking Virginia, Michigan, Florida, the whole fucking thing, learning about history. And what we would do for fun, my dad would like give us geography quizzes on the way.
Jesus Christ,
history quizzes.
Dude, no,
I swear to God, we would have like a map or something. He'd be like, JC, like what continent is Chile on? South America. What's the capital of Argentina? Buenos Aires.
Dude, this is honestly my worst fucking nightmare.
And like I literally grew to like I was the 10-year-old kid who like could find Sudan on a map. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh yeah, it's right there, right now.
You could like you know all the capitals, all the main cities in the country.
It's so funny. And yeah, same thing with history is that like he would just like say, he actually still doesn't now, but like would just blab out random history facts like to start a conversation. Oh, you know, like in World War I or like in the Civil War, like this is how they did this and this would happen. So like, it's just funny.
Yeah, dude, leave a comment if history matters or not.
Oh yeah,
leave a comment. Leave a comment, fucking anywhere.
Pro history or against history.
Yeah, again. I mean, obviously, if these are our people, I'm hoping for against history because, God,
I'm against history.
We're here at this podcast at Comically Conscious. There's one thing that we provide a value for, and we have one value and one North Star, and that is we are against all history, all things historic.
We hate that they exist.
Totally. And so I don't know history. The one thing I do know is that I had to take 4 planes to get to and from Mexico, 2 there, 2 back.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna put these
going from Vegas there. It's a lot of plane situations, and when you're on the plane, I'll say this about Southwest: they're the only fucking airline that used to have honey roasted peanuts, and now they don't. Now no airline has honey roasted peanuts.
Oh my
God!
So
I'm here thinking like, why the fuck is the best snack food in history not being served by any fucking airline? That's what the media is not talking about. That's what they're not telling you, bro.
That's
no one's
so
talking
upsetting.
About
that just like brought my vibe so down because I know. Oh, don't let them know. Don't let them know yet.
I got it. You said throw up a beacon.
We talked about we're not throwing up that beacon until episode 12.
People have to know what we're a part of.
The X-Files sound. That's all I could hear. Here, play it now.
Oh yeah, I don't know that one.
Yeah. You don't?
Yeah, you're too old.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
You're too old for me for that one.
Okay, too old for that one. Anyways, yeah, plane situation. I'm fucking bummed because I didn't even realize that. You don't even get peanuts, bro. They give you fucking Chex Mix now.
I will not agree or disagree with you.
Do you agree on this? You're flying on a plane. Southwest at least sometimes does like funny things when they're telling you about all the like hazard shit, right?
They have some
They
funny,
usually start
a little bit of comedy.
They'll
A
go
little comedy.
if they're smart, they start like, "Hi, is anyone look up front here? Is anyone missing an iPhone? We just found an iPhone." And then they're like, "Now that we got your attention, we're flying." And I'm like, "Oh, you motherfucker." They got me like 6 times with the same iPhone joke. I'm just like, oh, "My iPhone." Like, "Oh wait, I'm a cyborg and I don't have my other half of
And then they pull the rug.
But I couldn't help but thinking, I was sitting there and they were like, "In the case of an emergency, blah, blah, a slide will pop out of the thing and your life vest is located underneath the seat." And I'm like watching people and like, I'm holding the thing oh no, Taylor's like holding the packet. She's like reading through it.
Oh, the little pamphlet they give.
Yeah, where it's like the plane's on fire and people are literally like, the plane's like floating in the ocean. There's a slide. People are like sliding into the ocean with like a little vest on. And I'm just sitting there and I had the most real moment of like, talk about bullshit that is unneeded. Like this whole speech.
For sure.
Because newsflash, everyone listening, everyone on the plane, if a commercial flight goes down, everybody's fucking dead in a giant ball of fury and fire. That's what happens. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean,
because how many times, JC, how many times do you actually fucking think that people have, how many times has the inflatable slide been used? Literally, how
I've
many
never
fucking
seen it.
times?
I don't even know what color it is. Dude, what also fucks me up too is like not only the slide, but the step before the slide or maybe after the slide is like there's something supposedly under your seat you have to grab. Is it your seat? They say, do you grab your fucking seat and that's what you float on, supposedly?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You need to pay. Well, maybe they do need to do it because you're not fucking paying attention.
I never know because I fucking go on my seat. I'm like, dude, if I have to float, I don't see anything.
Here's the good news.
You're dead anyway. You're fucking dead anyway.
Like my point. It doesn't fucking matter at all if you know where the seat thing is. I would love
You're
the
so dead.
stats on that. Like, it's how many times has anyone heard of a commercial airline plane, like a 747 crashing? And it's like the survivor said, there's no survivors when it fucking crashes, whether it's in the water in the thing, you die. Like the odds of you. It reminds me of TSA. The whole fucking airline thing is weird because it reminds me of TSA. It's like 9/11 happened and then they started making us take off our shoes and then they just like never stopped making us take off our shoes. But there's no fucking reason to take off. Yeah, and sometimes they're like, "No, you can leave them on." You're like, "Oh, this time my bomb shoe. Good thing I put the fucking gunpowder in my shoe." Like they do. So I had to tell Maverick that because he's like, "Why did they make you do this?" And I go, "No reason. They make you do it because it made people feel safer to take the thing out and do the thing and do all the But honestly,
they're seeing the same
they
shit
do
they
it
did
shit.
before.
Bro, when you travel with a kid, I don't know if when you travel with your son that light,
they don't make us do
they
it.
don't even make us go through the actual detector.
No.
They just go like, "Oh, go over there," and then they open it up and they go, "Come through," and they go, "You're good." And I go, "Oh, the old metal detector? Like, what about the new one? You put your arm?" No, I don't have to do that. Just because I brought him, I can now
smaller human?
fucking have a big thing of fucking gunpowder in my pocket.
Dude, and that goes for that goes for any event, bro. Like we went to a hockey game here and like all we brought was a fucking diaper bag. Dude, they didn't even, you can't go into T-Mobile with bags at all. Period. Not fucking nothing.
Yeah, it's fucking
You
crazy.
like period. We rolled up with a full diaper bag full of everything. We got to the gate, they went, "Unzip." "Yeah, you're good." And we're like, that's all
You're
it
like,
took
"Oh, I
was
have
a baby.
I have a
and
baby, so now I can kill everybody."
They figure, they won't do it. Like, it's stunning, right? Like,
I have a baby, so now I can kill every San Jose Sharks fan.
oh, I do it without a baby though.
Oh, man.
Fuck the Sharks.
Tell them. That's the rival team, right?
Yeah, I hate him.
I only watched hockey when we were crushing it the first couple years.
We're still
I was
crushing.
like, "Oh, well, I'm still a fan then."
Dude, nothing like a true fan, right?
Nothing like a true fan. Vegas local, Vegas Knights, they're my boys. Unless they stop winning.
Then they fucking.
But let's be honest, you're used to being on the complete opposite side because the sports that you follow, I don't even listen. This is how bad your sports teams are.
My sports life is.
Listen, your sports life is so bad that someone like me that has zero sports life, follows zero sports,
Knows nothing.
knows absolutely nothing, knows that your teams are terrible. Like when I hear their name.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I mean, it's tough, dude. Like, I'm a fucking Lions fan. I'm a Pistons fan.
Oh.
But for me, the Lions, like, that's my lifeblood. You know what I mean? That is my fucking lifeblood. I could, without a doubt, name every player on the team and the jersey number they have. Probably. Like, I'm sick. I'm fucking sick in the head.
Yeah. So you want to talk about the Super Bowl? Should we talk about that? That just happened.
Oh, speaking of football, little Super Bowl talk.
I didn't watch it. I was at your house. I didn't watch it. All I did is watch how I couldn't even get in the running for making some fucking money. Like, we're betting money. We did like a Super Bear square board.
Joke.
And I don't know if you guys know how Super Bowl squares work, but you pick a blank thing and then it really just comes down to the points. So you don't have to know anything about football. It's like, if I don't even know who's playing. So let's just say if the Miami Dolphins that's who played.
Yeah, the Dolphins played the Lions. In the Super
Dolphins
Bowl.
played the Lions.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Lions lost then.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay, so the Dolphins would have like 17 points and the Lions would have like 12. And so you take 7 and 2 and you go 7 for the Dolphins and 2 for the Lions. And if your name was in that square, baby, you win that quarter when it's over on that score. And so I bet all this money all over these boards. We had a $5 board and a $2 board every spot. I probably put
You threw down some cash, dog.
I probably put 60, 80
You even
bucks
sold
on this
some of
damn
the
thing.
squares. You were making phone calls, dude, trying to fucking fill the.
I filled the square because I was like, I'm
Non-commission-
taking this money.
Non-commissioned salesman.
Yep.
He just fucking sold these squares for us.
I put the beacon out. I freaking did. I had Venmos coming in. I'm doing check marks
And
already
what'd you win?
paid.
What'd you win?
Dude, nothing.
A big steaming pile of cock.
Here's the thing. No,
Nothing.
dude. If I won that, at least I would have won something. I'd be like, oh, cool, steamy cock. That's great. I don't know what I'm gonna do with
I'll
it.
have to
but
cool it down a little bit for sure.
I'll have to cool it down before I use it because it looks hot. But at least it's something. No, but
Comment below whether you like hot cock or cold cock.
no, but in all honesty, like I didn't even get close to the points. At one point, JC, I was looking at the score and there's 5 minutes left in a quarter and I was looking at where my name was and I was like, okay, if the Dolphins get 2 touchdowns and they miss the extra point and the who
Lions
played
were the other
the
team in the
Lions,
Super
yeah,
Bowl.
the Lions in the Super Bowl. If they get 2 field goals and Dolphins get 2 Super Bowls but miss that extra point, I can get this bitch. That's
doing
what I was
dumb
looking
person
for.
math.
That's
Yeah.
what I was looking for excitement. So
It's tough.
my Super Bowl experience was like being at your house, hanging out, and then never getting close to having any adrenaline since I'm not a sports fan, and the money putting it down did nothing.
You were limp dick the whole time.
I tried twice. I said, "Oh, I'll watch the commercials." They were terrible. I
Whack,
think.
fucking terrible. I didn't laugh even. Not even like a one time. Not even like a.
Someone
nothing.
asked me. Someone asked me after that the next day. Someone said, or someone didn't ask me. They told me like, "Yo, the commercials were terrible, right?" And I was like, "I don't know. I tried twice and couldn't sit through anything."
Same, bro.
And they were like, "Yeah, dude, it's just too PC these days." And maybe you watch more than me, so I don't want to comment if it was or not. But they were under the impression that it's so hard to joke or say something that like the entertainment value of the commercials was just dumber because they're like worried about what people are going to say about every single thing or cancel this or cancel that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean for sure. Like I know there was that thing a while ago with like the M&Ms, like they wanted to desexualize one of the M&Ms, like the green M&M, who was kind of like the. To be fair, like if there was an M&M that I would stick it and lick it, it was the
Stick it and lick it. I love that.
It was Greenie, dude. She had those heels. She was so hot,
Bro, they made her promiscuous too. She puts out. You could tell she put out. You could tell.
The red. What were
They made you feel
the
that
red
way.
and the yellow ones?
Yeah, the yellow one was the peanut guy. and the red guy
we
was
always
the-
end up talking about gangbangs, but these M&Ms were just for sure every night, dude. They were Eiffel Tower all night.
There's no way that a 3-way on a crazy, crazy night, like a crazy Christmas Eve night, those M&Ms didn't do a thing.
Oh no way! dude.
Like after filming the commercial, you know, she did the thing like, yeah, you never know. It's
They're
like,
feeling good.
Oh, dude,
Few
they-
bottles of wine.
bro, few bottles of Ryan, they're just like, oh, she is real. She's like, they are real.
Boom! Put it on the spit.
Put it
Greenie
down.
on the spit.
Put Greenie on the spit.
Put Greenie on the spit.
I just realized you said on a spit, like in one of the last episodes, and I just
did.
realized
what,
in
like,
this moment
in your head what it means.
on a spit. There's
Yeah.
like 2 sides,
And it's like
it's
twirling.
rotisserie. It's rotisserie
Rotisserie.
style, baby. That is fucking hilarious.
But yeah, I just kind of some jokes are like long jokes. Like you just wait for them to sink in. You know what I mean? You wait weeks, months, sometimes years for the joke to sink in.
Yeah, that joke did take forever, and not sure if it was even worth it for as long as it takes.
That's untrue, but go on.
But anyways, halftime show, should we talk about that?
I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know,
Obviously, it was a huge fucking propaganda for the Illuminati. I'm just going to say it.
like,
I'm just going to say it.
I'm glad that you're actually coming out and saying it. Like, own it. Own what's true.
Own what's true.
There's
and
no
that's
way
true.
you watch that and don't think that she's a Satanist.
Red, devil, eyeball,
Satanist.
Illuminati. I seen it all. Oh, another thing that was funny is like Taylor brought this up. We were watching it and everyone was like judging the outfit. They're like, what about that outfit? Or outfit. What about that outfit? That outfit. What about that outfit? And Taylor like leans over to me and she was like, does her outfit not look like a giant vagina? And I looked up, dude, and at that time, yeah, Joel, do fucking something. Can
I
you
forgot
pull
he
up?
was even here, dude.
He hasn't done anything for episode 1. So can you do us a favor? Pull up a picture of Rihanna looking like a giant pussy.
Immediately.
Thank you. There it is. Yeah, I mean, look at it. It does look like a
I mean,
pussy.
dude, to be fair, it looks like a huge, like, just like the outside
You
kinda
could
lip
see
portion.
outer labia. You could see inner labia. You got that little shine from the wetness. Hey, cover your ears if this is a little too R-rated for you. But no, really.
But
once she said
wasn't
that,
just a pussy. She was a wet pussy.
she was a wet pussy and she was a pregnant wet pussy. You heard that,
Dude,
right?
yeah.
Came out, she was pregnant. At that moment, I went, oh, she was a pussy. But I've heard no one talk about her looking like a vagina.
Dude, you
but
know
like
what?
I literally in my head went, she's announcing she's pregnant. She's trying to be seen.
Wow.
We were joking about it looking like a vagina, but
Do you think like
maybe it was supposed to be a vagina.
you're looking like 10,000 square foot view, like she's going like Inception almost, like I'm pregnant, like this is okay.
It's part of it. It's like subconscious
yeah.
almost, right? Like you don't know. Kind
like
of
body empowerment type shit. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
Like I literally am the pussy. Like I am the pussy.
Dude,
Right?
we are the pussy. We are all the pussy.
See that's the problem is though that she was putting the pussy literally on a pedestal.
She was literally putting the pussy
She-
on a pedestal. Then that pedestal went even higher than where she put it. It was a lot. And when we pointed it out to
why?
you didn't actually get to see it. This is probably the first time you got to see it and decided
For sure, that's why-
does this look like a vagina? Because I looked over at you and I was like, bro, she looks like a vagina. And then we looked
was
up
gone, it was
and it
gone.
was like people like all jumping from in front of each
Her
other.
sperms.
And I was like,
The sperms. After that, because Taylor was like, "Oh my god, they could be the sperm," and I was
but
like,
you missed the shot
Yeah, I missed the
because when it
actual,
showed
yeah.
her after all the sperms got out of the way, she had like her jacket off. So no more outer labia, just the inside. Now she didn't really look like a vagina. So
Now
you
it's
agree.
just
So
a
you're
slit.
agreeing now that you see it.
"Oh, 1,000%."
Yeah.
You can't see that and
You
see
know,
the sperm.
you know
and
what
not-
she
and not
did
think-
have when she took them outer labia away?
What she
She got
have?
them baby making hips. Boy, did you see those things? Rihanna be
Riri.
getting thick in the mid.
Oh, dude, like peanut butter in the freezer.
Like
baby.
peanut butter in the freezer. Like she getting so thick, she probably won't be able to ride a roller coaster at Six Flags. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, you saw that shit
What-
too?
What is that funny? That wasn't that funny.
Were you not?
You're
were you-
just giving me, bro. Hold on. I appreciate you giving me that kind of amplification on the podcast, so other people think I'm funny and we're kind of
no.
amping each other up.
Here's a fact.
It wasn't
I'm
that
gonna look
funny.
at everyone here and here's a fact. I'll never amplify something that's not fucking funny, ever. I laugh easily at shit, so like I'll be the judge. Something's not the one. I'm not gonna be the guy that fucking amps it up. And that's not
Okay,
what I was
well
doing.
then-
What I was referencing was there was an article recently about that Six Flags. I don't know if it was Six Flags or Universal or one of that shit. One of their rides, you have to be like, I think it's a Mario Kart. Maybe you have to be like 38 inches to ride the ride. Your
Mario
waist-
is Universal, I think, is building Mario.
Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's like,
we were there and they were building Mario links. You could see, dude, it looked
The whole Mario
fucking
Land?
dope. Well, me and you, our day and age Mario fans, all that shit.
prime.
It
prime,
looked
prime.
Have you seen it?
No, dude, I fucking.
Oh my
haven't.
god!
I-
Dude,
I'm
wait
like
till you see
tingling
it.
thinking
It
about
literally
a real
looks like
life
you're in the
fucking
video game.
Oh my
You have to look
God.
it
It's
up.
got the
But
fucking
anyways,
piranha plants and shit?
so
Okay.
you're telling me something about this Mario Kart ride at
Dude, so
Universal?
they require people who ride it to be at least, at most, 38 inches or 40 inches.
Shut the fuck up. That's not real.
So the average.
Wait, is there rides like that? I mean, I know
don't
there's like
actually know
size
that.
rides, and I know obviously if you're fucking humongously
There's a lot of
obese,
stuff you can't do. Yeah.
They have you like they'll have at theme park rides. For those of you that have never been to a theme park, you sad little man, woman,
Dude.
whatever.
Disgusting. Don't watch our podcast.
If you haven't been to a fucking theme park, what are you doing with your life? No, you're probably also not subscribed. That's the kind of person that wouldn't subscribe.
Gross.
Like someone that hasn't been to a theme park.
Gross.
Or wouldn't rate or comment our podcast. Not our tribe, not our people.
No, get out.
Get out. But when you're getting on a ride, a lot of times they'll have like the roller coaster seat sitting outside of the ride.
Sure.
And you sit down and you make sure you're not too fat for it to close or whatever.
Yep.
So now they're going to be measuring your waist.
Yeah, bro. And so like
That's not that big of a waist, 40, bro. For like how
supposedly the average American waist is like is 40. And so the ride yes, that's correct.
it's a fact. It's a fact. Whatever you say is a fact.
Whatever I say
Choose
is a
the fact
fact.
now.
Like, look, did I say Matt Damon was in Don't Look Up and it turned out to be Leo DiCaprio?
Dude,
Sure.
the best part of that episode is
You asked.
I get the
You guessed
you
it. I
could
fucking
tell
shot you down.
could tell in the thing that I was throwing out a fucking name and I didn't know, and I was like Leonardo DiCaprio, and you were like no, and
my
then
God,
you know
it's
how
so
many
fucking
comments, how many DMs came back that was just
like, hey, it's Leo, dumbass. Like,
JC's a fucking idiot. You were right, Leonardo DiCaprio.
even my sister, someone from my family texted me and they were like, yeah, it's Leo.
That was Taylor.
Dickhead. Oh, was it?
She put us all in a chat.
Like, just so you know, you're wrong.
So funny.
But yeah,
So the facts. What are the facts? And only nothing but the facts. How big is the waist on the ride? How big is the average American waist?
waist on the ride is 40. The average American waist is 38.
That actually makes sense. I'm not fucking kidding anymore.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that
actually
is
makes
right.
sense.
So the debate is among people who don't have a brain, like, what if you're too big to ride the ride? Well, who said they require Disney to make rides for you?
Yeah. And if you can't ride the fucking ride,
You can't ride. I can't ride lots of kids' rides that I can't fucking ride. Who
There's
cares?
a lot, like when you're short or you don't weigh enough, you can't ride rides. And so if you are, I don't know, too tall or fat as fuck,
You can't ride the ride.
you can't ride rides. It's that simple. And obvious, I can only imagine there's like a fucking uproar.
Oh, there's an
People are
army.
like
The fat
canceling fucking Mario Land. They're like, we will not go to
my
Mario
God.
Land, right?
The
It's
fat
probably some
army,
shit
dude.
like
it's
that.
the fat army.
The fat fuck army.
Dude, like, and I like, it just makes the most sense. Like,
How big's your waist so I have an idea? Because I'm obviously insanely tiny. So
yeah,
like,
I want to
no-
say I'm like 33 or 34.
Yeah. Yeah, because I wear around like 30 I can squeeze into sometimes.
you're tiny.
32 I'm
And
putting
obviously,
a
look,
belt
there's
on.
cases where like there's dudes that are super fucking fit with big waists.
He can't ride the ride
He
either.
can't ride the ride either.
Sucks for you. I'm going to be, yahoo! Yeah! I'm going to be going through,
I'm gonna just jump one time and go.
God, you can't tell that we fucking were Mario freaks from back in the day.
But yeah, so I'm just very passionate that like this to me is one of the silliest things on earth that it's even an issue. Like it's such an American fucking thing.
So is everything.
So is everything
Yeah.
basically.
Come from go spend a fucking week in Mexico. Come back to America. Oh, you know my first dude. Just to wrap up this whole thing, started it with Mexico, ended with Mexico. Oh my God. The first person we talked to as an American, we got off the plane in Houston, Texas. We waited in the line in customs, right? We're waiting in this line. There's a restroom. My kid has to pee, so bad. I have to pee. I look over, I go, oh, okay. We go under the little thing.
Yeah.
I walk him to the bathroom. I walk past a guy who I thought was just part of this family because he was with this family and he was going like, yeah, but in customs, you know, you shouldn't do that. You want to stay close by. And I'm like, oh, look, a dad or grandpa like giving his granddaughter some lessons about, you know, stay near me. We go pee, walk out. The guy, I start walking down the like side aisle because I'm gonna go right under the thing back with my family. And the guy goes, "Hey, you can't go that way. You got to get in line." And I go, "Oh no, this is my family right here. I just had to use the restroom. You can't do that." And I go, "Okay, I'm sorry. I just used the restroom money." No, not in customs. This is not what you do in customs. Like you have to. And I go, "Okay."
This guy worked there?
I won't. Yeah, his job was to just tell people you can't use the bathroom in customs, I guess. So he's screaming at me. Maverick look. So I go under. I'm like, "Geez," and Maverick's like, "God." And I use it as this time. I'm like, see the difference of Mexico and America? In Mexico, we were at a fucking water park we had a whole water park to ourselves.
Yeah.
There was fucking
No one was there.
dude, half
No one was there.
the people aren't working. Half the people like are not paying attention working. You can get on that. You can go through the end line. You can go upstairs,
Whatever,
fucking
dude.
grab this raft, go
As
down
long as
this
you're
line.
not hurting anyone, like
They didn't care. I noticed because I could see the kids, like our kids that were with us, almost like, I'm like, go grab the raft. And they're like, where's the entrance to the, and I'm like, bro, it's Mexico.
Who do I have
Let's
to go
grab
ask?
the raft.
Who do I have to ask?
And
Do
so,
the
yeah, in true American form, we're bitching about Mario Land and not being able to ride the Mario Kart, and also treating our citizens like dog shit. Like, I'm not old enough to be able to responsibly take my 9-year-old to take a piss. And so with that, we're going to say, this has been a fucking episode, bro.
It's been an episode. Adios.
Adios. Podcast launch, bitches. Like, subscribe, do the thing. You know what to do.
Do it.
See you next Wednesday.
Peace. Adios.